Say whatever you want. Say whatever you like. All the rival fans crying all over X. All the rival fans crying all over TikTok. People saying Liverpool overrated. Liverpool not good. What matters in the end is the final score. We judge performances, but when you're away from home in a Champions League knockout tie, all you can do is bide your time. And that's what Liverpool did to perfection. Guys, Liverpool leave it late. But as ever, Arne Slot's team are so great. And this is why they do it week in, week out. This is why they're 13 points at the top of the league. This is why they've been able to beat Paris Saint-Germain. This is why they're in a Champions League final, which will come in Munich, I'm sure. Why they're in a Carabao Cup final. It's because of the excellence and brilliance and the resilience of this Liverpool team under Arne Slot this season. Very few teams have laid a glove on Liverpool. And even when they do, they can't strike. And Liverpool hit their own blow. And that's what happened tonight. No rhymes intended. But guys, if that doesn't deserve a like and a sub, what will? You guys can tell I'm in a good mood. That's because Liverpool are almost certain to be into quarterfinals of the Champions League, because beating Paris Saint-Germain away from home, smash and grab victory, soaking up all the pressure and hitting them on a late counter-attack by Harvey Elliott, who scored the goal, by the way. Liverpool, Arne Slot subbed Mohamed Salah, the talisman, who was not great tonight, put on Harvey Elliott, and Harvey Elliott gets you the winner. The balls that Arne Slot has, the character that he has, and the ability he has shown this season in his game management and his substitutions, today is another pure and perfect example of his excellence and why Liverpool find themselves so high up in the table and are looking on course to probably win a treble, the Premier League, the Carabao Cup, and the Champions League, which doesn't look a million miles away if Liverpool go through, which they look like they are after winning this game. But get your comments in below, guys. Are Liverpool now the favourites for the Champions League? Because I'm being so honest with you. I know Liverpool soaked up a load of pressure and that Alisson had a masterclass, but PSG unbeaten in 20 games. They are on the longest unbeaten run in European football at the moment. Liverpool go to their ground and win. Now, a lot of people are going to turn around and say to me, guys, the performance wasn't great, Sarib. You're talking a load of nonsense, and that's completely fine. But you analyze what you watch, and the performance on the ball wasn't great. Off the ball, it was marvelous. Everybody's working for each other, and at the end of the day, you rely on your goalkeeper. Alisson had his best ever game for Liverpool, and you can see him behind me with his two fingers up in the air, praising God. And I'm praising God because that was a Ramadan masterclass from Alisson. Different religions, but the concept exactly the same. What a performance from Alisson. You know what? Let's go to Roma and hand them another 100 million for him, because boy, oh boy. Thank you for Mo Salah, and most importantly, thank you today for Alisson. But look, let's cut all the hype, because I know I'm very, very excited and I'm in a very, very good mood, because I deserve this, because I've seen Liverpool lose Champions League finals. I've seen Liverpool lose title races, and to have it all come together now at this point of the season, it's just marvelous to watch, especially after losing Jurgen Klopp and all the doubters, all my friends and all the people online and were saying Liverpool are going to finish 5th and 6th, and all the pundits were saying Liverpool are done for. And for them to go out there, Liverpool, and basically shut up all the critics, shows the excellence and brilliance of this squad, and also shows how great of a manager Arne Slot is. And he's done a fabulous job in his first season at Liverpool. But guys, you have to be honest with yourselves. PSG were marvelous, and they set out really, really well. The goal disallowed, and arguably there was a few decisions that went for Liverpool. Konate shoved, I think it was Barcola, and I think that could have been a red card. I believe it was a red card, and unfortunately fortunately for Liverpool, not unfortunately, unfortunately for all the rival fans crying. I'm joking, guys, by the way. Liverpool were able to come out victorious, and that's what you have to put it down to that. And small decision did go Liverpool's way, and obviously that Konate red card one was a big one, but it went for Liverpool, and Liverpool just soaked up all the pressure in the game. Kvaratskhelia was brilliant, Dembele was brilliant, and Liverpool just had a few chances on the counter attack, didn't really make anything of it. I thought Mo Salah's final pass wasn't great. I thought Jota off the ball worked well, and you could only see, I say he was one of the few players that were really trying for me. And people are going to criticize his performance today, but I think the reason why he looked so bad and is because he was the only one showing some sort of character, trying to win the ball, trying to drive with the ball, which is why his mistakes on the ball were more evident than some players that were kind of hiding. I don't want to individually name anybody, because I don't think it was more individual. I think it was more of a collective thing. But we can point at individuals because there were a few players on the pitch to agree. And I thought Trent Alexander-Arnold dealt with Barcola, Kvaratskhelia very, very well. Dembele at times as well. But I thought generally was Desiree Doué, Kvaratskhelia and Barcola. I thought he dealt with them really, really well, and he's been criticised a lot. Trent Alexander-Arnold, not only for his defensive work, but by Liverpool supporters because of his contract situation. And I think today was a reminder of how good he can be defensively. And when he's on his A game and he's asked to defend, he can do it marvelously. Because I thought 1v1, Barcola got past him a few times, and the stats will probably show you that he was dribbled past 5 or 6 times by Barcola. But generally speaking, no danger came really from that side. It was more Robertson's side. And I thought Robertson had a good second half as well. I thought he dealt with Dembele in the second half really, really well. But I think collectively, Liverpool, the game plan for Arne Slot was to sit behind the ball, trust Alisson, maybe not to the extent that we had to tonight, but trust Alisson with the saves and try to hit Paris Saint-Germain on the counter-attack. And there were a few opportunities, like I said before, that Liverpool were trying to hit PSG on the counter-attack and were unable to do so. But when the moment came, Darwin Núñez to Harvey Elliott, who come on for Mo Salah, by the way, when you need a goal in a European game, although Salah had a bad game, and he can have these kind of games where he's not in the game as much, but he can nick a goal. He took Salah off and put Elliott on, and Elliott then scoring the goal for Liverpool, albeit a little calamitous error from Gianluigi Donnarumma. But you have to give credit to Arne Slot. It is ballsy, and credit where credit's due. He brought Endo to kind of see the game off, and he won a load of challenges with Taro Endo. I thought Ryan Gravenberch was quite poor, but you look at collectively, Liverpool would be very, very happy with that result. It's probably one of the best European performances, nitty-gritty kind of, different kind of performance to what we are known to see Liverpool play. But the last 2 times we've played at this ground, we've been beaten, and for some reason we play this way and win. So I'd rather have results than performances. Although performances do catch up to you, I've seen Arne Slot adapt a lot in games and in game situations and against the opponents that he's played to nullify teams and get results. And this today was another example of how great of a manager he has been in his first season at Liverpool, because he's not relying on, the attacking prowess of Liverpool, which maybe he would be doing if Liverpool were constantly bombarding Paris Saint-Germain with counterattacks. He relied on this player's grit, the ability to work hard, and the resilience of this football club to hold on, and how resilience of his players, I should say, rather, to hold on and grind out a result like this. Because I would have been happy with a 0-0, because going back to Anfield, 0-0 away at Paris Saint-Germain would have been a really, really good result. You got the spirit of Anfield, and Liverpool would not have played this way if they were playing Anfield. There was no chance that the crowd wouldn't allow it for them to play like this. And albeit there would have been situations in that game if Liverpool was sitting behind the ball and Paris Saint-Germain were on the break with Dembele, with Desiree Doué, with Gonzalo Ramos, Barcola, Kvaratskhelia, whoever is in the attacking line for Paris Saint-Germain. The Liverpool fans wouldn't allow Liverpool to sit behind the ball like this and just defend and hit them on the counter attack. Because this is prime Jose Mourinho, and people are going to call Liverpool lucky based on XG and one shot on target Liverpool had and scored from it. But Jose Mourinho won titles doing this. Jose Mourinho is called one of the greatest managers of all time by winning games like this. But now all of a sudden when Liverpool do it, it's lucky, they're paying the refs. It's not true at all. Yes, some decisions have to go your way in football. That's every team. But you have to also accept the ability to adapt to teams that are potentially going to cause you a threat. And that's what Arne Slot and Liverpool were able to do. And is why they find themselves 1-0 up, and Paris Saint-Germain find themselves a goal down going into Anfield. And Liverpool find themselves a goal up going to Anfield for the second leg next Tuesday. And it puts Liverpool in a very, very comfortable position, because they will either play Bruges or Aston Villa, and Aston Villa obviously winning at Bruges yesterday 3-1. So we're potentially looking at Liverpool-Aston Villa quarter-final. And then Arsenal obviously are basically through, and you've got Real Madrid, Atletico. So Liverpool can basically I know Aston Villa will be a tough game, but the expectation is for Liverpool to go through. And don't get me wrong, Paris Saint-Germain can go to Anfield and win. But do you really see it? Because I don't. I really don't see how Paris Saint-Germain go to Anfield and bombard us like this. It's not going to happen. Liverpool are not going to not score at home. It's not going to happen. It's only happened once this season, and that was against Nottingham Forest in September. It's not happened since. It tells you all you need to know. And Cody Gakpo is going to be available for that game as well. Liverpool don't have a Premier League. No, they do have. They have a Southampton at home. They'll probably rotate in that game as well, Liverpool. So a lot of the players might be fresh for that Tuesday game against Paris Saint-Germain. But this, you couldn't have asked for anything more from Liverpool. Fight, resilience, desire. And then when the chance game, you take it. Because when you have one shot on target and you score, it shows a sign of a good team that's been working on that. So many times this season we've criticized Núñez, Diaz, Gakpo, Jota, even at times Salah for the ability to finish in decisive moments. Maybe not so much Salah, but I'm speaking about the attack generally. Chiesa as well, you can throw in there as well. But today was decisive, was brilliant, and was ruthless. And is why Liverpool leave Paris Saint-Germain away from home in the Champions League round of 16 tie with a 1-0 advantage. The brilliance of Alisson, the resilience of that block that Liverpool put out tonight, and then the clinicalness of Harvey Elliott. Liverpool are virtually through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. It's just what we do in Europe. Take care, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Up the Reds.